Hey everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a minute since I have been on here to share a video, so here I am. I have started a new challenge. I am taking part of the ICAD 2025 challenge. This is index card a day, and I've been posting my daily or almost daily makes over on my Instagram, which will be linked in the description box below. It is hosted by, I believe her name is Tammy. She is Gypsy999 here on, I believe, YouTube and Instagram, but there was a blog that she started, which is a wonderful mixed media blog. Tons and tons of information about more things than just index cards. Lots of mixed media type of information. It's a great blog, daisyyellowart.com, I believe it is. I will leave it linked in the description box below. And then if you're interested, of course, in the index card challenge, you can go to the section on her blog for the ICAD. So what happens is we get a prompt for a week at a time. And if you don't want to do the prompts, you can also do mixed media. You can do off prompt. Just make an index card a day, and it's for the months of June and July. So it is 61 cards. I really enjoy creating with prompts. It's not something that I've done very much in the past, and I've dabbled in the index cards challenges a couple of times, and I know once or twice I didn't get very far, but one year, I don't remember which year, that I actually did complete it. I know I've got them all put into a little photo album. I should find that. But anyways, I am gonna go ahead and share the makes for the first week, and here are the prompts. So my index cards so far, this is my first one. Glimmer was the first prompt, and I had this background paper. Isn't it gorgeous? Definitely glimmers. And this was like a little card by Adorn It. They're little cut apart mermaids, and gosh, I've had it for years and years and years. And I added some little Hobby Lobby stickers. And then look at these wonderful little gem stickers. I got those at Hobby Lobby too with a little gem. So that is my first prompt. Prompt 1, Glimmer, and then I'm adding the date on which I've made them because they weren't necessarily in order. But that is my first one. And then Spring. I had to go back and get this one. I wasn't sure what to do for the spring. I had so many ideas in mind. I knew it was definitely going to be a floral because I love florals. But I have a book. I love to thrift books, and I love to find things that will work with a prompt in, gosh, all kinds of books, gardening books, old children's books, you name it. I love them. So this floral, I did find the daffodils. I probably overspotted with my little speckle stamp. I just outlined just a little doodle for a little bit of a frame. This wording came from the book A Golden Haze of Daffodils Heralding the Spring in Windsor Great Park provides an unforgettable experience for anyone seeing the parks and gardens of England for the first time. I believe it was a Florals of England book. Great book. Look, got a little puffy butterfly here. And then I had stamped Hello Spring, and this paper is glossy, so it smudged quite a bit, so I had to do a little surgery, a little repair work. And so the same green paper that I had backed this with, I ended up just kind of tearing a section of it off and then restamping, and here we go, good as new. And then so that was Spring. This one here is Cobalt. So fun. I am in Central Florida, and I really love nautical themes. This is an old, I believe, graphic 45, maybe called Ocean Blue or something like that. So you can see the fish and the coral on the background. These are some Tim Holtz, the metallic words that I just cut that apart. Explore, dream, discover, some more of those wonderful little Hobby Lobby gems that I got. I did doodle a frame around it again. And then this wonderful image I found, I don't know how long ago I got them, but I believe they were, oh, I cannot think of her name. Mermaid Washies, Jane Davenport. And it's like her dress is made of a squid, and I did do a little doodling with my white ink pen, and I just love this one. And again, you can see these all in more detail over on my Instagram. This one here is number 4 for Iguana. I did thrift not all that long ago a really thick book of animals. So much information in it, and I actually got it maybe within the last few weeks, and I thought this could definitely come in handy. So I did find an iguana. That was our prompt, and then I just used some of the information from that iguana page. It's a common iguana, and gives you some range, the habitat, the size. These suckers can go to 6.5 feet, 3.25 feet to 6.5 feet. Oh my goodness. And I found a great tropical leaf background. I was just kind of going through my tropical papers, and somebody had commented on my Instagram that the spiky leaves went with great with the spikes on his back, and I totally agreed. And then I thought the way the vertical of the leaves be a great spot for him to land on. I got to tell you, it was kind of creeping me out a little bit while I was trimming him out, and I dropped him, and it's like, it's kind of messing with me a little bit. I added these like olive green enamel dots just to kind of pick up his color a little bit more. And then our next one, number 5, hydrangea. Again, I doodled another frame. I printed a free image out for the hydrangea, and I knew I had a hydrangea paper pad. I did have a small one. I think I got it free with a scrapbook.com order or something like that. Once upon a time, I found it after the fact. But I had a little 6x6 pad, but anyways, I just used the printout, added some more of my speckled dots, and then I do have this stamp, "The world is but canvas to our imaginations," and this here is art by Marlene. Little die cut. I got that one out of the block, and actually the blue paint was dripping off the brush, and I was kind of looking at all these things, and the stamp was sitting here when I saw the paintbrush, because hydrangeas, they're just so beautiful and dreamlike, ethereal, I think. And so I don't know, the three things just came together in my mind because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Actually, I will say this was our next card, which was Pretzel, and I was actually attempting to put this poodle on here, which he was actually quite cute, but I ended up doing this. And then Pretzel, I could not find a pretzel in anything, and I was going to maybe do something off prompt, and I have a couple of like Paris themed, French themed scrap paper pads, and I did end up going, I kept thinking about this when I was going to maybe go towards bread if I couldn't do pretzel, and then I was flipping through it again because I'd flipped through it a few times, and then I actually noticed that there was a pretzel on one of the cut aparts, and it had more information, and I just cut down that cut apart where it said eat, drink, and then I realized French poodle, so I decided to do the poodle. I did some doodling with a white ink pen on there, and I actually thought that came out pretty cute. Prompt 6 was Pretzel. And then last but not least, number 7 was Midnight. And I was not sure. I knew that I wanted to do a moon, and I believe I have a stamp somewhere that says Dance by the Light of the Moon, which is, that song's been around forever, but I always know it from It's a Wonderful Life. And I never did go looking for that stamp. That's kind of what I had in mind. But I went just looking through my thrifted books, and I was looking at the music sheets, and I found this song, Midnight Blue. So I ended up doing some of the torn paper, and then I just had in one of the packs of ephemera I had. I think this all came from the same pack. It had the floral, which I just cut apart. It was just one piece, so I actually put a little bit of it on all the corners. This little, it looks like a little memory book, a little timepiece, which was perfect for midnight. And then this lady, and I did add a little bit of glitter pen and some of my speckle stamp on here. And all of these I backed on the index card, but this one here, it also had another moon on the back of that scrapbook paper. And then where I had trimmed her off, I went ahead and affixed her to the back here. So that was my card for midnight. So this is my first week of the index card challenge. Check out the blog Daisy Yellow Art if you want more information. I know lots of people are posting over on Instagram, and I know there's folks as well doing videos, and some just creating on each day. So there's lots of great creators, and there are so many different types of mediums people are using. Mine is pretty much just a collage style, pretty much for the most part, paper driven here, which is kind of how I roll. So I am already into the next week. I think I only have just a couple more days to finish up this one, so I'll be back with the next week's share before too long. All right, guys, thanks so much for stopping by and watching, and I will see you in the next one.